to get into federal government contracting, okay? All right, so somebody's asking about New York. I'm showing New York is 225. They're putting it in the chat. All right, Texas. All right, Texas. All right, Texas, it is, boom, 300. North Carolina, someone's asking about North Carolina. Y'all bear with me. Remember, we got new people in the chat and they want to know how to get started. So bear with me. I'll do a couple. North Carolina. North Carolina, it is 128. 128. Oklahoma, someone said. Oklahoma. Boom. It's 104 in Oklahoma. Somebody's asking about Ohio. Boom. In Ohio. 99. All right. Do two more and then we move on. We got Louisiana and Georgia. All right. So let's see. Louisiana. Boom. 105 in Louisiana. Boom. And Georgia. Let's see Georgia. Georgia. $100 in Georgia. All right. No problem. Beast, I'm with you. Y'all take me. I'm here with you. But we got to remember, we got some new people who don't even know what about federal government contracting. So I got to show everybody how to get started, okay? So bear with me, Beast. Bear with me. I'm coming. All right, so the site I'm using is Inkfile. You don't have to use Inkfile. You can use any other processor that's out here that would file this for you. Yes, you can go directly to your Secretary of State and have it filed for you, okay? And you can do it yourself, or you can use a company like this who will file the paperwork for you. But again, we're talking about the expedient way. So we're gonna, RICO is in Colorado. So RICO can come here on will and you spend $1, which is a state fee, to get it started in state, okay? All right, so we got step one, get your LLC filed, okay? If you already have your LLC, you're good to go, ready to go, all right? All right, so if you're ready for step two, let me see a 2 in the chat so I don't leave anybody behind. Put a 2 in the chat and let's get these likes up to 8,000. So 2 in the chat, 8,000, and then we're ready for step two. Get me up to 8,000 and put a 2 in the chat. I see you. I see you, Small Wonder. I see you, Queen Heart. I see you. We're almost at 8. I see you, New York. Hey, Sam Harris, thank you for the roses. Trebabe, I see you. All right, whoa, we're 8 and ready. We're 8 and ready. Okay, y'all ready to rock. Okay, so step one, you get your LLC. Step two, you come right here to IRS website. You come to the IRS website and you will file for a free EIN number right here. A free EIN number. IRS website and come to free EIN number. So put in the chat for me, everybody that's following along. Step two is EIN. Get your free EIN number. All right? Your free EIN number. Now, I would be a bad host if I would not warn you that there are some sites out here on the internet that wants to charge you $200 and $500 to file an EIN number for you. You don't have to do that. It is completely free. Just make sure that you're on the IRS website, okay? Please, everyone who's listening to me, this is completely free. You don't have to pay for it. You're welcome. Yeah, listen, it's completely free. All right, so we're still using my boy Rico. My boy Rico, who is in Colorado, has spent $1 getting his business established, his LLC established in Colorado. The EIN is completely free. All right, so we're free. You missed where we have to register the EIN. That was an Inkfile. All right, so that's step one, LLC. Step two, your free EIN number. If we're ready for 3, put a 3 in the chat for me, and let's get it up to 12. Let's get the likes up to 12 and put a 3 in the chat so I know I'm ready to move on. I haven't lost anybody with you. What website is the name of the IRS site? It's irs.gov right here. This is the official website of the IRS, irs.gov. And you will come right here where it says apply for your employer ID or EIN number, which is completely free. All right, Corey, I got you. All right, I see the 3. I see the 3. All right, and we at 12. No problem. Listen, I thank y'all. So step 3, once you have your LLC and you have your EIN, step 2, you will come to sam.gov, which will be right here, sam.gov, which is the official website of the United States government right here. And it's 100% free. 100% free, okay? So you will come here and you will take that EIN, that LLC that we started, that free EIN number, and you will register that business in here for free to be registered in sam.gov. The website is sam.gov. All right? So my boy Rico, who is in Colorado, again, insert your state here. He's in Colorado. He went through getting his LLC established in his state for $1. He got his free EIN number, and then he came and registered that business in sam.gov for completely free. So Rico, my boy in Colorado, has just started his business in Colorado for only $1. If y'all are with me, and if those 3 simple steps were easy enough for you to follow, please put a fire emoji in the chat and tap the screen for me. Those are the 3 easy steps for you to get started in federal government contracting. Yes. Thank you, Dexler. I see you, man. Thank you for the gift. Vic is asking $1 for how long to get started. Remember, hear what I said. I'm showing you how you can get started in federal government contracting to make 6 to 7 figures a year without doing the physical work. It's $1 to get started. All right, you missed step 1. Step 1 is to get your LLC. Get your LLC. I use InkFile. All right, I got a lot of people asking me to run it over one more time. If you want to look in the chat, listen, I don't want to. Thank you, Sarah Jordan. I see the football. Step 1, you get your LLC. Thank you, Sam. I see the fire. Step 1, you get your LLC. If you already have an LLC, then you're off to the races. Step 2, you get your free EIN number. And step 3, you get registered here in sam.gov for completely free. So based on your state, the only startup cost you need to get into federal government contracting is what it will cost you to get your LLC started and registered in your state. Those are the 3 easy steps. King is asking, all right, I see some questions now. Now I'm at the point where I can read the questions and it's not going. If you have questions just about these 3 steps first, and then we'll go on later, okay? If you have these questions about these 3 steps, please put it in the chat and tap the screen for me. All right? So King is asking, do I use the LLC using your name? It doesn't matter. Use your name, use your initial, make up a name. You know, once you go to register with InkFile, they will let you know if that name of that business that you're starting is available in your state. So you will just, it doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on the name. Let's just get started so I can show you how you can start making money in the federal government contracting space. Okay? We'll be registering my business tonight. Tori said, good. Listen, get started. I'll show you the other steps here in a minute. So stick with me. I'll show you the other steps, okay? All right, y'all tap the screen as I go through this. Does it matter if my business is a sole proprietor? It has to be an LLC. You can't use a DBA or not. It can either be a multi-member LLC by yourself. A single member LLC by yourself or a multi-member. It doesn't matter as long as it's an LLC. Again, I'm showing you the easiest way to get started, okay? No problem. What is the 3rd step? The 3rd step is to get it registered in sam.gov, what you see on your screen. You get your business registered in there because the federal government does not do business to person. They do business to business. So it doesn't matter who you are. Once your business is in right standings, you can now win these contracts that's out here. All right, no problem. Stick with me, John. I'll show you what happens after this. I'll show you. What if the LLC, what if I have an LLC for something completely different? Bree is asking. It does not matter, Bree. It does not matter what industry your LLC is in. I will show you how you can win any contract that's out here. Okay? So stick with me, Bree. It doesn't matter. Do you need to renew your LLC per year? Yes, you have to have your LLC active. Again, if you already have an LLC, it must be active and good standing in your state. Okay? In order for you to register it in SAM.gov. No problem. Do you have your LLC in the state that you reside in? Yes. You have to have a physical address. So that's why we said use the state that you're in. All right? You're welcome. All right, I'll go through what happens next. No problem. I got you. I'm coming. I'm coming for steps 4, 5, and 6. I'm coming. I'm just trying to make sure I don't leave anybody behind. Come on. Y'all will stick with me. I'm seeing you. I'll see I'm coming. All right. Does the LLC have to be approved before the rest of the steps? No, King. As soon as we get it registered in there, we put in our information, the other steps I'm about to show you, we can get running on this. Okay? Don't wait. No problem. All right. I think I got everybody's questions so far. All right. So if you all are still with me, if you want to show me now that we've gotten our how to find what's the catch, it's no catch. I'm showing you how to get in business with the federal government and win these contracts out here without doing the physical work. So the only catch is that you start a business and you got to do the work. No problem. Okay. Someone's asking about virtual address. For some reason, they don't like virtual address. They don't like PO boxes. So you have to use a physical address. So I recommend all my students to start with your home address. And then later down, but start with your home address to get through the registration. Okay? No problem. All right. So now, if you want me to show you here how you find these contracts that's out here, y'all put a fire emoji in the chat for me. Put a fire emoji in the chat, and let's see if we can get it up to 20. Let's get the likes up to 20. We got over 300 people in here. Let's tap the screen for me. It's free. Let's get the likes up to 20. And put a fire emoji in the chat so I know that you're ready to move on. I see you, Bree. All right, I see you, Joshua. I see you, Austin. All right, Austin's ready. I see you, King. I see you, Reed Street. I see you, Kizzy World. I'm coming. I see you, Larry. All right, we're at 98, 20. We're at 20. All right, let's roll. Okay, now, SAM.gov that we're on, you don't need to register. You don't need to log in. Anyone who's following me right now can go to sam.gov and you can look up to see the contracts that the federal government has put out there for us, okay? Yes, Nicole, I go live every day. So if you're not following me, please like and follow. So as soon as I go live every day at random times, you can get notified so I can help you get started, okay? You're welcome. Listen, if I help everyone get started, get off the blocks. If you need additional help, we have a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that are doing this. Click the link in my bio. You will get a free video and you'll attend our free webinar. Once you come to our free webinar, we can give you an invitation to join our community where I can help you get over the hump, okay? No problem. All right, so here we go. Back at it. You don't have to register in SAMS. You don't have to log in. Anyone who's following me right now can go to sam.gov and could follow along and see these contracts that's out here, okay? So this is a sam.gov homepage. What you would do, I see you, Soka Fit. So, all right, so here what we do. All right, so now I'm showing you how to actually search for these contracts. Pause on the questions from right now because I don't want to miss anyone. Pause for right now. Let me show you how we search and show you the contracts, and then I'll come back and answer the questions, okay? If y'all are ready, put a 1. If you're ready for me. If y'all hear me and you're ready, put a 1. So I know I'm ready to go. All right. I see the 1. I see the ones. All right, here we go. This is a home page of sam.gov, which is completely free. You don't have to sign in. You would simply come and click search. Once you click search, right here where it says all domains, you will click the plus sign and it will come down to contract opportunities, because that's what we're looking for. Contract opportunities. Once you click the contract opportunities, again, I did not design this website. So for some reason, in order for the list to populate, you have to come down and click inactive or active, or select one of the search filters. Okay. So as you see, I click inactive and look, the list populates on this side. All right. So that's how you search for the contracts. So as we can see, there are over 4 million contracts on this sam.gov website that has just populated. Yes, there are some contracts in here that are inactive because we clicked the inactive button, meaning that they have already been awarded or they have discontinued this particular contract. But again, if I unclick inactive, you see the list goes away. So for some reason, again, blame the designers. You have to click inactive, meaning that those contracts are not able to be bidded on. That's what inactive means. Then the list will populate, okay? So all you have to do is go through the list. Once you see it say inactive, you just skip over it and go to the other one. All right? No problems. All right, so I want to make sure I didn't lose anyone. Some people are asking, can I show it one more time? All right, one more time. So you're on the home menu of sam.gov. You don't have to log in. You just go to search. Once you click on search, you go right here where it says all domains. You click on contract opportunities. Once you click on contract opportunities, you will come down to the bottom and you will click inactive. And there you go. The list will populate. Now you have a list of over 4 million contract opportunities that you are able to bid on and win these contracts that's out here, okay? Now, if that makes easy sense for you how to use SAM and how to search, put a heart in the chat while I answer these questions for you, okay? Dexter is asking, what are these contracts for? Good question, Dexter. The federal government needs anything that you can think about, products and services. They need building painted. They need carpet cleaned. They need toothbrush. They need toothpaste. Anything that you could think about, the federal government needs in order for their services to run, for the federal government to run. So they're mandated by law. They have to put these contracts out here for small businesses like you and I to bid on these contracts and win. So what I teach and what I show is how you can get into federal government contracting, win these contracts, and make 6 to 7 figures a year without doing the physical work. Without doing the physical work. And yes, I will answer that question here in a second. You are not bound by what industry your business is in. You can go after any contract that's out here. You're not bound by where you live, any geographical location, because remember, we're not physically doing the work. All right? If that makes sense for you, y'all tap the screen for me. I see you, King. No problem. I got you. Let me answer some of these questions. All right. Where do you recommend I get my LLC in California? I use InkFile. You can use InkFile, and it's for $5 in California. You can get your LLC up and running. Okay? Can you do the search one more time? I just did. I hope I covered you, Joshua. No problem. Portable cannon. Listen, if they want it. They want portable cannons. They want, rat traps. They want goats. Anything you can think of, believe me. Do the search yourself and you will see the things that out here. All right, so I have Mr. A in the chat who's saying an average person business cannot bid on them. You can go through this list yourself. Please don't take my word for it. Go through your list yourself and you will be able to see. Again, why do I want to bid on all of them? All I need is 1 or 2 contracts. All right, no problem. How are you going to fulfill that, Paul? I will show you here just in a second. Want to answer some questions and then I'll move forward. No problem. I will show you how you will be able to fulfill these contracts. Come on, Brian. I gotta walk with the people that are new here. Stick with me. All right. No problem. Stick with me. Let me help everybody else who's now coming in. Can you show a contract that you can fulfill? Yes. I will walk you through here in a second. Let me answer the questions and I'll show you how you fulfill these contracts. Okay? This is just what I'm here for. Listen, we have almost 800 people in here. Let's see if we can get these likes up to 30. Let's get it up to 30 while I answer these questions. I'm here for you. Listen, if you're not following me, please like and follow so the next time that I go live, I can answer all your questions. I'm giving you as much free information as I can for you to get started. No problem. Listen, people are putting it in the chat. I'm seeing, look, King Max is putting it in the chat how the 3 steps so we can go. Someone, K is asking me, can you search by state? Yes. The answer is yes, you can search by state. I will show you, but then I will give you a caveat, okay? So right here, where it says place of performance, you can come down here and you can search by state. See it? You can search by state. But this is what I will say. I recommend, and the way I teach, you don't search by state, because it does not matter what state you're in, you can fulfill a contract in any other state. So don't come to the fishing hole with a fishing line. The way that I teach is that you come with a net. I would show you, don't narrow down your options just to your state or city. You can win and get these contracts in any state. Okay? Yes, I will show you that here in a second. No problem. All right. So we're almost at 30. So if y'all want me to show you an example of how we go find to read these contracts and how we fulfill these contracts, do me a favor. Let's get up to 30,000 likes, and y'all tap this, put a fire emoji when you're ready. If y'all ready to show you an example here of how we do it, I will show you an example. How can I tell if a contract is active or inactive? Once you click on the contract right here, once you get into the contract, see right here, it will say active right here. That means this contract is ready to go, active. If it will be grayed out, and it will actually say inactive if you're not able to work this contract. Okay? No problem. All right, we're at 30. We're at 30. All right, let me see the fire emojis. All right, I see the fire emojis. I got you, Ty Mattis. Listen, I'm here to show you as much information as you can. Again, I will get you started and actually to the finish line. If you need additional help, listen, we have a community of folks that are actually doing this. You can click the link in my bio. You will get a free video with some free information. And then you'll get invited to a webinar where I can show you a little more than I can show you here with, explaining this on live. Once that is done, we will invite you to join our community, okay? Where we can hold your hand and walk you through this. All right, perfect. All right, so let me give you an example of a contract opportunity here. All right, no problem. You're welcome. Stick with me. All right. So as I'm going through this example for you, just hold your questions, because again, I don't want to miss anyone. Hold your questions. So after I go through the example, I will stop, make sure that I haven't lost anyone, and then I'll answer some questions, okay? All right, perfect. Here we go. So this one, they're asking for a transcription service. Remember I said, anything you could think about, the federal government needs. So they're asking for transcription service on right here, okay? I can scroll down and I can see right here on this solicitation, thank you, Limnon, for the roses. They need it in Fort Sam Houston, Texas. All right? Remember, we're using my boy Rico as a subject for today's example. He is in Colorado. All right? Fort Sam Houston. Attached to every solicitation, the federal government will put a documentation or documentations that will give you all the information you need in order for you to submit a competitive quote, okay? Because remember, I need for everyone to remember here, the federal government needs this service done. One, they need transcription service. Whatever they have, they need it transcribed, okay? And two, they are mandated by law to spend this money on small businesses like you and I. Okay? Small businesses like you and I. So on every solicitation, they would attach all the documentation needed for you as a small business to look at these documentation and provide to them what they need. All right? If that makes sense to everyone, just put a 1 in the chat so I know I can move on. Every solicitation, Harris, every solicitation, if it's out here for you to be bidded on, they will have documentation on there. If you come across one that has no attachment, make sure that it is a solicitation and not just a sausage sort or something else they're putting out there. All right? No problem. I see the ones in the chat, so everybody's still with me. All right. So let me open this document here, okay? So you open this document. All right. So they're looking for transcription services. All right, in Fort Sam, Houston. So this is the document that's open. All right. Make sure y'all can see it. Make sure it's big enough. So this is the document that's open. Now, everything in this document will give you all that you need. So let me go down here. All right. So as you can see, they're giving us details now. They're giving us details now of what this document pertains. So they're needing 750, as you can see, transcription service, okay? This quantity here, the max of 750. 750 on this one. 700 on this one. And as you can see, this is for the first period. This is for period 2. This is for period 3. Period 4. And period 5. Now, I can tell just by looking at this solicitation is for 5 years. 5 years. Bree Dennis, stick with me. Yes, this is remote. This is totally remote. All right. So I will come down here to the body of this document, and they would put in here exactly all the information I need in order for me to get a perfect quote and submit it over to them. Okay. So let me scroll down this document and I will show you right now. So stick with me. All right. Tap the screen for me once I get to this information. All right. Right here. This is called a performance work statement. So this will give you exactly what they want. The federal government will give you exactly what they want. Right here. They're saying the description is right here. You seen it? They want a contractor to provide all the tools and material necessary to perform oral history transcription. Y'all see that? If y'all see that, put a 1 for me so I know I haven't lost anyone. Just put a 1 for me. Yes, it is the SOW, or the scope of work, or sometimes known as the performance work statement, meaning this is what the federal government needs. They're putting out here what they need, okay? Right here, we see it says scope. The contractor shall provide transcription services. Listen, they're giving you all the information here. They want a maximum of 11,000 transcribed pages per year. Y'all see that? Right here. Boom. And look, just what we talked about earlier, look it. Period of performance is for 5 years. If y'all see that for me, put a 5 in the chat. 5 years. 5 years. Put a 5 in the chat, so then I'll show you how you do it. No problem. I see y'all. Y'all still with me. Please, please hold your questions. I don't want to miss anyone's questions. So hold your questions. I promise you I'll come back and answer questions. I promise. All right. I see it. All right. So now we want to know, okay, I got the documentation and I know what the federal government is asking for. The federal government is asking to have this transcription services done, and they want it for a 5-year period. So now if y'all want to know how we find the subcontractors to work on this for me, put a heart emoji in the chat and tap the screen. Let's get up to 35. Let's get up to 35 likes and tap the screens so I can show you how we work this. No problem. Put a 5. Put a 5 in there. Put a 5 in there so we can roll. Put a 5. All right, we're at 35. Thank you, Jorgen. I see you, man. Thank you for the roses. Okay, all right. Lindsay, thank you for the roses, brother. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, all right, so here we go. Listen, I love to do this because I love to show everyone that, you know, a lot of people worry about their spelling, their grammar, everything. Listen, I will show you the least easiest way to do this. So look at it. I will go transcription service right here because that's what they're asking for. Y'all see that? And we know that they want it in Sam Houston, Texas, okay? We have all the information here. So now we want to know, how do I find the contractors to actually work on this, what the federal government is asking for? Listen, I will go to my rich uncle called Google. Are y'all with me? Rich uncle called Google. And I will put in there, boom, transcription service. And I know that it was in Texas, correct? Sam Houston, Texas. Boom. And look, Google will give me a listing of all these transcription services. Look at this. 3D transcription service, Burns transcription service. Oh, he's in Florida. All right, Ransom, Texas. Look, I can click more places and look at that. I get a listing now of subcontractors in the area that will be able to give me a quote on this transcription service. Have I lost anybody yet? If everybody's still with me, put a 1 in the chat. How do you find your subcontractors to work on the information the federal government is All right. Yes. I'm seeing the ones. I think that's a 1, Bree. I think you meant to put a 1. I see you. No problem. All right. I see the ones. Perfect. All right. So now, next step. If y'all are perfect, listen. So y'all sticking with me, man. I appreciate you, Bree. I appreciate you. Listen, we found the contract that the federal government has put out there for small businesses like us to actually quote and win these contracts. We found a document that's attached to the contracts, and we know exactly what the federal government is requesting. All right. So now I will give, let's say we give Sunrise Transcription Company here a call. We give them a call. They're in Florida. All right, let's go on to the other one. Let's go Burns Transcription Services. Yeah, let's go with that. Burns Transcription Service. I give them a call and say, hey, I want to get a quote on how much it will cost to do transcription service, and I will give them all this information. Look, I'm looking for 1,000 pages translated per year, and I want a quote for a year. 12 months. Because remember, if we remember earlier in this document, they were asking right here, they want this pages per month for the period, operating period year. So they want it broken down per month. Are y'all with me? So they want 1 month for the first operating period. They want about 750 pages. They want to quote it right here. So I will get a quote from Burns Transcription Service, how much it will quote me to get these transcription service done per month. About 1,100 pages, according to this document. If everybody's still with me, put a 1 in the chat. Let me make sure I didn't lose anyone. Put a 1 in the chat for me. Put a 1 in the chat for me. Put a 1 in the chat. All right, I see the ones. Perfect. All right. So, all right. No problem. All right, so I want y'all to stick with me. All right, stick with me. Remember, Rico has gotten into federal government contracting. He lives in Colorado. He formed his LLC for $1. $1. He was able to get his free EIN. He was able to get his company, his LLC that he formed for $1, registered in sam.gov for completely free. All right. He was able to search on sam.gov for this contract, and that was completely free. Now he just called Burns Transcription Service, and he got a quote back for this amount of information that they need from them for absolutely free. They would provide a quote for him. So I need y'all to stick with me here and walk me through this math, okay? So this will answer how are we making money in federal government contracting. So Barnes, let me put it side by side like we do it. All right, so we go here. So Barnes transcription service, based off of this information that we've provided right here. Stick with me, stick with me. Let's get into the good part. All right. So based on this information right here, over 1,000 transcription pages per year, they gave me a quote. And let's say they gave me a quote for, they would do it for $1,000 a month. I need everybody to put in that. Put 1K in the chat for me. That Burns transcription service will give me a quote to do this transcription for $1,000 a month. So I need everybody who's with me, put a 1K in the chat. Perfect. Perfect. I see it. 1K a month. Perfect. I see you. All right. So based on my market research, by me contacting these other transcription companies, I know that I can put a profit on top of this quote for $500. All right. So I put $500 on top of this quote per month. Per month. I'm going to keep it simple. All right. So now I reached back out to the federal government and said, okay, federal government, based off of this documentation and this information you're looking for, I would do this contract for you for $1,500 a month. Everybody put in the chat for me, $1,500 a month is what I am sending in to the federal government. $1,500. Put 50. There you go. Put 1,500. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I see it. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see you. $1,500 a month. All right. So walk you through it. On this transcription, on this solicitation, now I've gotten my quote. I've put my $500 on top of it. There is no submit button that's nowhere on this. So what you have to do, you have to send an email to Whitney right here. You would send an email to the federal government given the information that they're requesting. They're requesting a quote, so I've sent it in, okay? The federal government says, you know what? Remember, we're using RICO. Hey, RICO LLC, I like this quote. I like your numbers. I will go ahead and I would award you this contract for $1,500 a month. All right? $1,500 a month. I got the contract awarded to me. So then I reached back out to Burns Transcription Service, who quoted me $1,000 a month. And I told them, you know what, Burns? I like the quote that you've given to me. I would allow you to come now and work on my contract for me. All right? Everybody with me so far? So now I have signed a service agreement with Burns Transcription Service. They do the service on the federal government contract on my behalf, because remember, my business is the one that's been awarded the contract. They do the work. They send me a invoice for $1,000. I send my invoice to the federal government for $1,500. I pay the subcontractor, Burns Transcription Service, $1,000 that we agreed upon, and I keep the profit of $500. And that's how we make money in federal government contracting without doing the physical work. I don't have to do the transcription. I don't have to go. That's correct. I pocket $500 a month. And remember, this contract that we just looked at is for 5 years. 5 years. So I am making $500 a month for the next 5 years without doing the physical work. Now, I've showed you the 3 easy steps. I showed you how to get it. If that makes sense for you, if that was simple and clear enough for you, please do me a favor, put a heart emoji in the chat, and let's get up to 45,000 likes. Do that for me. Do that for me. Y'all tap the screen, get up to 45,000 likes. So now I can go through the Now I can go through the and answer the questions for you. Okay? I'll answer questions for you. So tap, let's get up to 45,000 likes, put a heart. And now if you have questions about what I just showed you, put it in here so I can, yes, Jeff, that's 30K in profit without me doing the physical work. And this is just one contract. So can you imagine if you have 2, 3, 4, again, it's all dependent on what you can manage. 4 contracts paying about the same. All right? All right, here we go. Questions. Let me see. Do you have to buy business insurance, Travis? No, Travis, there is no business insurance. The subcontractor who's actually doing the physical work, they have to have all the insurance and everything that's needed. My company that's registered in sam.gov, who got the contract awarded, does not need to have any insurance. All right, Spruck is asking, if the subcontractor is late, am I on the hook for the penalties? Yes and no. But remember, I have never seen, all of my years of doing this, once that contractor knows that it's a possibility of a 5-year contract, they would put their best foot forward in order for you to remember. I would only sign a contract with that subcontractor for a year at a time to make sure that they do good work and to incentivize them to do good work, so there's a possibility of a renewal. So yes, so no problem. All right, listen, yes. Do you need a website? No. Jasmine, you don't need a website. I've walked you through the 3 steps you need to get started. All you need is an LLC or an actual business registered and active in your state. Rico, that the example that we're using, he got his business started in Colorado for $1. He got his free EIN. He was registered in sam.gov for free. He was able to find his contracts for free. He was able to find a subcontractor for free. The subcontractor went out and did the work and then billed him, and he billed the federal government and paid his subcontractor. So the only cost that Rico incurred into getting into federal government contracting was $1 in the state of Colorado. But again, the startup cost to get into it is in whatever it costs in your state to get your contract up and running, your company up and running. All right. Byron is asking, so where do we obtain these service contracts? I use Law Depot. You can use any service-based contracts that's out there. You just get a service agreement. All you get is a service agreement. No problem. Rudy is asking, what if the subcontractor is not meeting your standards? Then you fire the subcontractor. Remember, it is your contract, Rudy. You fire that subcontractor and you get another one because you're the one that holds the contract. I hope that helps. What if the contractor doesn't do the work? Everybody's asking the what if or the far left questions. Remember, small businesses are out here in order to do the work in order to get paid. So they would put their best foot forward. But again, remember, these are service-based contracts. The contractor does the work first and then they get paid. All right? So I hope that helps. No problem. All right, let me turn this around. Listen, y'all tap the like screen. Let's get up to 50 grand. Let's get up to 50,000 likes while I'm answering these questions for you, okay? I hope I'm making sense to you. Again, my goal is just to show you how to get started in federal government contracting. All right, I already answered that if they messed up. How do you find this contract on sam.gov? Rodriguez, you go to sam.gov, you go to search, come down to the bottom, contract opportunities, inactive, and you will see the contracts that are out there. They are out there. Thank you for the fire. Thank you for the fire. How many people are bidding on these contracts? You don't know. It's a bidding process. It is a bidding process. So you really don't know. You just have to make sure that you do provide everything that they're asking for on that document to make sure that you're submitting a competitive quote. Okay? Do you need a website? No, you don't. MySam.com is under approval. Hayada, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good. Once you got your information in sam.gov, don't wait for the process for approval. You can do all of this and get the ball running. So you can even want to win a contract, and if your registration is not active yet, they would sometimes give you some type of leeway. But again, it's not costing you anything. You're learning the process. So whenever it is active, you're good to go. Do you write a subcontracting agreement? You just use a simple service contract, a service agreement between you and the subcontract, Salita. Do you need to have an LLC? Yes. A LLC, an S Corp, you need to be a business because the federal government does not do business to person. They do business to business. All right. Listen, yes, we have a community of people that is doing this, that's actively doing it. If you click the link in my bio, you will get a free video with some more information of what we do. Then you'll get invited to a free webinar that you can attend so you can actually see a little more information that I can show here on TikTok. And then you can get invited to join our community where you have like-minded entrepreneurs that's doing this, or where I personally would be able to help with you and walk you through, from not knowing anything about federal government contracting all the way to winning your first contract and beyond. Okay? Do you filter? No, I don't. I don't teach and I don't show filter because, again, I don't want anyone to get into the mindset of that I only have to look for contracts in a certain niche or a certain industry or even in my certain geographic location. Because as I mentioned, I didn't need to be in Texas in order to fulfill this contract. The subcontract is in Texas. So this is why I'm showing you're not landlocked into your geographical location. You can win a contract wherever it is needed. Okay? And again, this is what I'm showing you. You can make 6 to 7 figures from home without doing the physical work. We don't have to actually be on site to do the physical work. Okay? You don't need a website. You don't need insurance. I already covered that. How quick does the federal government pay you after the job is done? So the federal government normally, typically, 99% of the times, they would put you on what is called a net 30 terms, meaning from the time you submit your invoice to them, they have 30 days to pay. But I need everyone on here to hear me when you say this. The federal government has just passed a new federal law that because we're a small businesses and we're dependent on this revenue, they have to expedite payments to us. Again, please don't take my word for it. You can look it up. So normally, you would receive your funds from the government that you invoice them way before you get your invoice from your subcontractor to pay them. So your federal government pays you, you pay the subcontractor. Okay. Someone's asking about our community. Again, if you link in the bio, you can come to our webinar and then we can give you the invitation there. Is this against the law? No, it's not. You can look it up. Again, it's not against the law. It is legal. Again, if you want more information, you can look back at my previous TikTok, like and follow. Look back at my TikTok videos. I actually show you the documentation of the federal government is asking about your subcontractors. Okay? Yes, it is legal. The federal government needs this work, and they are mandated by law in order to award these contracts to small businesses like you and I. All right? What if the quality is unacceptable? Think about it logically, Armstrong. If it's unacceptable, they have to redo it or you fire them and get somebody else. Remember, this is why on service-based contracts, companies do the work first. You agree, you're happy with the work, then you pay me. Think about it in your own world. Okay? What if you go to a mechanic and they don't do a good job? Either they get it right and then you pay them. Okay? All right. Can you explain what do I do after I click on the contract? Hey, Alex, thank you for the mic. After you click on the contract, every contract opportunity will have documents attached to it. And in those documents, they will give you all the information you need in order for you to provide to your subcontractor for you to get an accurate quote. Okay? Details. They'll give you size. They'll give you color. They'll give you quantity. They'll give you frequency. They will give you everything that's in there. All right? Y'all tap the screen for me. Tap the screen for me. Let's see if we get up to 55. I'm trying to answer everybody's question. Okay? Do you need to have an LLC? Yes, you need to have an LLC, S Corp, some type of entity, because the federal government does not do business to person, they do business to business. Do they show your competitive offers? No, it's a bidding process, so no, they won't provide that information to you. In simple Dexter is asking, in simple terms, I show everyone how you can get started in federal government contracting to make 6 to 7 figures from home without doing the physical work in federal government contracting. That's what I show. I come on live every day and provide the information for you to get started, meaning how to start the business, how to get it registered in stamp.gov. And if you need additional help after that, you're more than welcome to click the link in my bio to be invited to join our community where we do this on a regular basis. Okay? All right, I'm trying to get everybody questions. Wow! It says over 99 plus. Just subscribe. Thank you, man. Thank you. I got you. Listen, like and follow me too as well. Like and follow me. So every time I go live, I come on live every day so I can give you free information to get started, okay? Bree Denise, I got you. You're welcome. Does the LLC has to be similar? No. So once you get, it doesn't matter what industry your LLC is in. Once you get registered in SAM.gov, you're open to any contract that's out there. So that's why I tell everyone, it doesn't matter what LLC you have, what industry you have. Once you're in SAM.gov, you're open to everything. All right. Building my mindset. What do you do if the federal contract fails to deliver? So once the contract is awarded to you, you will be assigned a point of contact at the facility. Because it's remotely, you will be assigned. So in this instance, in Texas, I will be assigned a point of contact at that Texas location. They would frequently check in with me because remember, it's my contract. They're dealing directly with me. They will be like, hey, your guys out here doing a good job. Hey, your guys. So for you, in your question, if there's something that happens, something is wrong, they will say, hey, but normally your subcontractor will let you know first, hey, we was out there and we messed something up. They just fixed it. They know that they will have to get it right in order for them to get paid. So remember, that's what I need us to get in the mindset of business. These businesses are out here trying to get these government contracts to get this money. How do you get a service agreement? I use Law Depot. You use Law Depot on a simple service agreement. No, it doesn't matter what type of LLC it is. Someone's asking, can you show how to create a SAM.gov account? If you go to SAM.gov homepage, is a big green button that says register here. You'll register your LLC in there. Unfortunately, it's sensitive information, so I can't actually throw you through. Showtime, thank you so much for the gift. Oh, you gave me 2? Listen, double thank you, Showtime. All right. How do you connect the subcontractors with the government contract? Your business is winning the contract. Your business is getting awarded the contract. And then you just hiring a subcontractor to work on your business for you, on your contract on behalf of you. How do you get started? 3 easy steps, man. 3 easy steps. You get an LLC, you get your EIN registered in SAM.gov, then you're ready to win these contractors on SAM.gov. Do they pay 30, 60, 90 days? They have 30 days to pay. And because of the small business initiative that's going on right now, they're expediting payments to our small business because they know that this is the lifeblood of our business, small businesses. All right. No problem. Thank you, Alex, for the roses. Do you need the work? Does the sub directly? No. Okay, let me read this right. Do you see the work or does the sub directly go gov? I'm not sure I can say your question. Ask that a question again, Jeff. Let me see if I get to you. Do you need lawyers to read these subcontracts? No, you don't. It's very simple. It's very simple and straightforward. Remember, the federal government has to put it in layman's terms for us small businesses to understand it. I just went through the contract. They would list for you the size, the color, the frequency. And again, that information is what I'm relaying to my subcontractor who's working on my behalf. Will this be posted on your TikTok afterwards? I'm not sure. I'm looking to see how I can get the live. All right, guys, we're almost there. Let's get to 60. Let's get to 60. I don't think I've ever been to 60. Let's see if we can get to 60 before I go. How often are your big successful? It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So Remember, learn the process. Once you learn the process, the sky's the limits for you. Remember, I tell everyone this every single time. You're just one contract away from changing your family's financial situation. All right. Again, I remember when only like $250 extra a month would have changed my financial situation. So think about it. All right. Let me see if I answer these questions. Can your LLC have more than one person? Cool. Yes, you could have a multi-member LLC. Do I have the info on YouTube? I'm coming. I'm trying to get the YouTube together. I'm trying, but I'm found out that a lot more people are here on TikTok. If you click the link in my bio, you will see my Instagram too as well. But I share that information over there. So in case something happens here, I have my backup over there. All right. All right. Trying to read it here. Listen, I'm trying to read it as a judge. How do you price your bid? You do market research. You put market research. Listen, Keisha, thank you for joining. Thank you for staying around, and I hope I appreciate that this information is helpful. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think we're trying to ask you. All right, hold on. Let me see. I think they were trying to ask you, do you get to review the work of the subcontractor? No, there's a point. Remember, there's a point of contact on the base that actually signs off or is communicating that, okay, they're doing a good job. If they're not doing a good job, they will communicate to me, because remember, it's my contract. So the federal government talks to me, the point of contact. So again, it's never happened, but I would hypothetical with you, okay? Let's say they were supposed to paint the federal building green. All right? They were supposed to paint it green, but they went out there and they started painting it blue. The point of contact at the site will give me a call and say, hey, Coach Jay, do you know your guys are out here and they're painting it blue instead of green? Oh, I didn't know that. Let me jump on it. I will then call my subcontractor and say, hey, based off the information I provided to you, the color was supposed to be blue, not green. And then they would have to fix it. They have to repaint it on their time, on their dime, in order for me to pay them. Come on, guys. It's really that simple. It really is that simple. All right. So they would repaint it. I'll let them know. Look, remember the service agreement? It says blue paint. They would say, honest mistake or whatever. No problem. They would have to go buy the new paint on their expense because they're the one that did it, right? And they would paint it green. Once they finished green, my point of contact would say, oh yeah, your guys out there, they corrected it. They painted it blue now. And then we move on. It's that simple, guys. It really is that simple. All right. I hope that helps. Yes, we are basically the middleman. It is the middleman. Can I talk more about invoices? It's really very simple. Miller Johns, I believe it is. When it comes to invoicing, once you've been awarded a contract, the federal government, hey, listen, thank y'all for 60. I've never made it to 60. Well, let's see how high we can go. Thank y'all so much. Listen, when it comes to invoices, they have the federal government, every department of Army, the Department of Defense, Department of Agriculture, there are, I think I was up to 6 invoicing system that they use. Every department uses a different one. Once you're awarded a contract, they would assign you like a login and registration and login, where you would just log in when it's time to invoice, put in your contract number, hit send. That's as simple as it gets. I'm telling y'all, it's that simple. They have simplified the process for us. All right, no problem. No, Johnny's asking, do you have to have your LLC for 2 years? No, you can have your LLC once it's registered and started with your state. Today, I could win a contract and be rolling tomorrow. There's no maturation or saturation period at all. I'm not focusing on what can go wrong. I want to know. I understand what can you do right, and I hear you. But I'm explaining to you. But you're not the only one, near. A lot of people always think about what can go wrong, this and that. Any business you get into, there is a possibility of risk. But what we teach and how we show is, one, how to mitigate those risks, And when it comes to the federal government and with your subcontractor, the biggest key factor is communication. As long as you have open communication, and everyone knows that the federal government has deep pockets. So once they know it's a federal facility or it's a federal government contract, I'm telling y'all, you would be surprised once the small businesses knows that it's a federal government contract, the effort and the things that they will do in order to make sure that you as a contract holder is happy with their work. Because remember, this example that we used, the contract was for 5 years. I am only going to give them a year at a time. I would let them know that, hey, it's a possibility of 5 years, but I need to see your performance. All right? No problem. All right, let's see. Any more questions? I'm trying to get you through. Listen, I have a call that I got to jump on right now. So listen, if you're not following me, like and follow. Please like and follow. So every time I go live, I'll be able to share that information for you, okay? No problem. Listen, I try to come on live every day to provide information. So please like and follow if you're not following with me. If you need more help, please click the link in my bio. You will get a video that gives you some free information. You have to watch the video first because I need to know that you're serious. After you watch the video, you will see a button that comes up for you to schedule for the free webinar. Once you attend the webinar, I'll be able to provide to you more information, and then I'll be able to invite you to join our community if you want to. Again, if you want to join our community where we can hold hands and kumbaya and move forward in this, I got you. All right? No problem. All right. So last question, then I'll jump out here. So money over is saying, why doesn't the subcontractor need us? And as the middleman, why can't they do that themselves? That's two good questions for you. Just like how a lot of people on here didn't know that this federal government space exists, there are a lot of small businesses out there that don't know that they can do this for themselves. One, because they think it's complicated. They don't have the information that I just showed, how easy it is for you to go and find these other process. Two, that small businesses may not be registered in SAM. They may not be registered in SAM. The only way that you can get these federal government contract awards is you have to be registered in SAM. So, all right, no problem. So I hope that helps. Listen, again, like and follow. I thank you all for the likes. I think that's let's see if we can get to 65. Let's round it off. 65. That's the highest I've ever seen it, okay? Again, if you need more information from you, I got y'all. Just click the link in my bio. You'll get that free video, give you some more information, and then you can be able to come to our webinar where I can answer more questions. I have more time and all that. Listen, I thank y'all so much, man. 65, I see y'all. All right. So listen, like and follow me. If you want to go check out my other videos, I give some little snippets on how you can get started. And then listen, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Tammy, thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses so much. Oh, and like and follow me too on Instagram. I got the same handle, everything. How did I learn this? I got a mentor. That showed me the ropes, and based off of my teaching ability and based off my experiences, I put my flavor on top of it. And I've found that my students have gotten success based on what I've shown you. And that's what I show. I just show that. So yeah, I got a mentor, and I'm just sharing the wealth. All right, no problem. Listen, thank you all again. I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Like and follow. I got you. Coach out.
Into the reality that it is that you are living. You are living, breathing tranquility right now. You are living, breathing peace right now. But it's hard for you to embrace that energy because you still continue to play these negative mindsets or these negative thoughts or these negative connotations about yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be